Okay. Hey, welcome everybody. We got another impromptu episode of Purple Mortgage, guys. Goose, we felt like we had no plans to jump back on. We both had busy schedules. Tanner couldn't make it, but I don't think we could leave that one hanging from halftime. And the feedback that we're going to take from that, I know everybody had the same thoughts that we did, so nobody could say they saw that coming in the second half. But the 1000th game for the Vikings, I guess, turned out to feel like two separate, totally separate games and two totally separate teams. Colts had a 33 nothing lead at half and end up going into overtime at 36 all, and Vikings pull out. Improbable is one word. Historic actually is accurate because it's the largest comeback in NFL history. Like I said, we weren't planning on jumping on, so this is very impromptu. But Goose, we documented the first half. We thought we'd want to watch it again in a few years and laugh at it, but didn't think it would be a few hours later we'd be jumping on again. So, how do we even process that? I don't even know what to think.
I don't know. I'm on a Minnesota Viking fan high right now. I It's been, gosh, what, probably an hour since the game's been over, and I still feel giddy and just excited. Being the homer that I am with all of our predictions and picks, I really wanted to get on at halftime and try to act like there was some way to come back and win this game, and I couldn't get myself to do it. On record, I said I just wanted to see them fight, and boy, did they ever. The defense stepped up. The offense scored the points. Our special teams came together. It's going to be one of those things that's probably overlooked in such an exciting game, but Greg Joseph needed to hit every single one of those extra points and the game-winning field goal. Hopefully, this is the game that gets him back on track. It's one of those games where you don't really want to beat a bad team like this, but hopefully it's the confidence booster that Greg Joseph needed. Our defense locked down when they had to. Even the first half, I mean, the defense had only given up one touchdown. The rest were pick six and special teams. Kirk played a phenomenal second half. I lost my temper on him for a second when Jalen Reagor
She did.
stopped running his route after the replay. I realized Jalen Reagor didn't run his route. I think that's really the only negative left is that we maybe learned why Jalen Reagor isn't on the field more often. The coaching staff maybe knows what they're doing. But man, what a game.
AJ Osborne stepped up huge. It looked like at the first half when we brought up the bad call from the refs, it's like, well, we can't really blame it on that because we played the worst game probably of our
Yeah.
lifetimes in that first half. And then at the end, it's like these calls actually probably are going to end up costing us the game. Ended up they didn't, but man, that was bad. That first half was atrocious. The Colts, I cannot be imagine what the Colts are thinking after that. We had a little bit of a dispute on our channel this week on what a meltdown is. So that would be the definition of a meltdown if you're a Colts fan in the second half. But
Yeah.
I don't even know what to think. Like I had the narrative pretty well figured out in my head in the first half. Resiliency, I guess, comes to mind, but that was just fun. It's a different type of high than the Bills game because the Bills were a good team. The Colts, I don't think they are, but we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot and kept fighting. And here we are jumping on another episode to celebrate. So,
Yeah, unbelievable. This one will definitely live in the memories forever as a NFL record. I mean, there's so much to unpack. I'm glad we'll have a full recap video on this just because there's so much to talk about. But to try to get some of these raw emotions on recording and not wait for the recap, I think was important. I just think I'm hoping this is the game that KJ needed to kind of instill that confidence in Kirk. I think we saw that it took a little bit of time for Kirk to build that confidence in JJ to throw it up in some one-on-ones. I'm hoping that was the same for KJ. I didn't see it, but the announcers had talked about Adam kind of going a little crazy on the sidelines when that the second pick was thrown towards Jalen Reagor. And I got to imagine that that was Adam going, "Hey, JJ is not on the field. Why are we throwing it to Jalen Rager? Like, I'm still a big part of this offense." So Adam came to play in the second half. I think our defense deserves a lot of credit. I mean, you don't have a chance at winning that game unless the defense holds strong. I think Jeff Saturday is definitely part of losing that game. The amount of times that they tried to pass the ball when you're down 33,
He's just running it out, right? I mean,
there's no coming back unless you're stopping the clock. Yeah, I think you run the ball nonstop, put your pride aside of like trying to put the game away. You see that we have the momentum. And as a Vikings fan, I was saying, all we need is them to keep trying to put the game away, because as they're trying to put the game away, they're throwing incomplete passes, they're stopping the clock, and they're giving our team a chance to win the game. Duke Shelley, couple big plays in that game, getting the nod over Cam Dantzler.
he played well. He played really well.
Just
I don't even know what the turnover margin was. Was it 3-0? I'm not in front of my computer here, but
I'll
there's
pull it up
no.
quick. It's hard to tell because there's a lot of real turnovers that got overturned. So if I didn't hit my bold prediction this week, I feel like there needs to be an asterisk next to that, because
Oh, we did get one that looked
for
like it was
sure
going to be
one.
overturned. They stole us they stole the touchdown from us on that one. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot to unpack. I feel like this is a game you just want to watch over again, and when you know the outcome, they're a little easier to pick up on some of these details. But I know I got to run. Goose, you got to run. Anything
Yeah.
you want to close with here for the day? Else we'll regroup and come back again next week.
I don't think so. I think it's we learned a lot about the team today, and they fought hard. We made history. I think as a Vikings fan, you got to enjoy it. A lot of social media, and I don't blame you. There's a lot of social media fans saying we're done. What's the point? Kind of the season catching up to us in this game. So hats off to the coaching staff for figuring it out, rallying the players for not giving up, and believe it or not, I've had some mortgage loans look like the game did at halftime, and we closed. So if you need a mortgage, give us a call. We also make some miracles happen.
I was trying to think of the analogy before we jumped on. I'm like, it doesn't seem like there is one, but you nailed it. So
Yeah.
well, we'll come back again next week. I know that everyone's looking for Tanner and the eye candy that Tanner brings to the show. So we'll hopefully reconnect with Tanner. We lost him at halftime. I don't know what happened to him. He probably I don't know if he threw his phone away or what, but we'll regroup, and have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you again next week.
Skull.